Sawadee-ka, good afternoon and welcome to News at 4 for this Friday. President Boris Yeltsin threw down the gauntlet to his political foes by demanding a people's vote on whether Russia should be ruled by his radical team or by the conservative-led legislature. Putting his political life into the hands of the 150 million voters, he made it clear that Russians must choose between him and conservative parliamentary chief Ruslan Khasbulatov. Tensions between Yeltsin's radical government and the legislature have been mounting for months. They finally exploded when the Congress refused on Wednesday to confirm Yeltsin's reform supremo, Yegor Gaidar, as prime minister. Gaidar, kept on by Yeltsin as acting premier, said that his government would continue with business as usual. He said talks with international finance organizations would go ahead, despite Western fears that his radical economic plans had been derailed. NATO allies, gloomy about the prospects for ending the bloodshed in former Yugoslavia, were set to take a reluctant step today toward the meeting public and political demands for action to stop the slaughter. General Jacek Ede, chairman of NATO's military committee, told a news conference that proper planning would mean the allies could respond to any UN request in days or weeks. Diplomats said NATO defense ministers would charge military planners with drawing up military plans, which could be implemented by the West if the United Nations decided further measures were needed. Military options included ideas on how to enforce the no-fly zone over Bosnia with warplanes, create safe havens for civilians, or deploy peacekeepers in troubled areas like Kosovo in the hope of preventing a wider conflict in the Balkans. That's News at 4 for this Friday. Join us again tonight at 9 p.m. for News Roundup. Sawadee-ka, good afternoon and welcome to News at 4 for this Wednesday. The Minister of Agriculture and Cooperatives said that he did not voice opposition to an alternative National Agricultural Council bill proposed by the Palangtam Party to compete with that of the Democrat parties, and said that it was the right thing to do. Mr. Nippon Prampan, Minister of Agriculture and Cooperatives and Deputy Secretary General of the Democrat Party, said it was not an irregular thing that the Palangtam Party will propose its alternative draft farm bill to the cabinet meeting. He added that even if his party's MPs still have different opinions, let alone MPs from other coalition government's members. When asked which farm bill will likely be approved by the cabinet, the minister declined to answer by saying that it is beyond his responsibility. However, he reiterated that the cabinet has to compare details and wordings of both drafts carefully before its approval. The controversial National Agricultural Council bill, which was proposed by the Democrat Party, was not discussed by the cabinet meeting yesterday as earlier planned. It was opposed by some coalition parties, especially the Palangtam Party. Following the row on the appointment of the Forestry Department's Director General, Mr. Nippon said that the most appropriate person will be named as soon as possible. Earlier on Monday, Mr. Nippon strongly criticized one of his deputies, Mr. Sawat Seupsai, from overcrossing the line in the aforementioned case. Mr. Sawat said that Mr. Pong Lee-ee, Deputy Permanent Secretary of the Agriculture Department, was the most suitable person. The Minister of Transport and Communications confirmed that construction of the Nong Ngu Hau Airport will definitely be completed by early 2000. Colonel Vinay Sompong, Minister of Transport and Communications, said that the Nong Ngu Hau International Airport will be finished by the year 2000 to cope with the increasing number of passengers. The minister said that the Airport Authority of Thailand was also concerned over the delayed project, which was caused by multi-step considerations of technical committees. He added that he will do his best to work as coordinator in case there are some problems. Following the communications between the Don Mueang International Airport with the Nong Ngu Hau Airport, the minister went on saying that the ad hoc committee will be set up to study the prospect under the supervision of the National Economic and Social Development Board. The Nong Ngu Hau International Airport, which will be situated in the outskirts of Bangkok, if completed, will be the second largest airport in Thailand. The minister made his statement after he was briefed on the Airport Authority's works by the Executive Committee. Prices plunged across the board after trading was suspended in the shares of Bangkok Bank of Commerce. The SET index fell 33.38 points or 3.74% to 858.11 in late morning. Declines led advances 256 to 11. The Securities and Exchange Commission said it had decided to act against trading violation involving the bank. It was holding a news conference late this morning. Moving on now to the international news. First from Peru, Maoist rebels continued a pre-election wave of violence yesterday morning, attacking banks, a school, a gas station and a police station, and threatened to kill commuters who go to work today or tomorrow. The attacks appeared aimed at frustrating election Sunday for an assembly to replace the Congress, which President Alberto Fujimori closed in April. A large bomb destroyed a police station in the port of Callao yesterday morning, wounding 2 officials and 5 civilians. A car bomb left in a gas station in the Villa El Salvador district rolled into an open area before exploding, limiting the damaged broken windows and walls. The rebels also attacked 5 banks in various districts. The chief of Peru's armed forces, General Nicolas D. Bari, and members of the Army High Command affirmed their loyalty to Fujimori during a ceremony held at the Defense Ministry on Monday. Fujimori did not attend the ceremony, but General D. Bari and the rest of the Army's High Command greeted Fujimori at Miraflores Presidential Palace later and witnessed the changing of the guards. The General Motors Corporation, a defendant in more than 100 lawsuits because of an alleged dangerous fuel tank design on millions of its trucks, recognized nearly a decade ago that its trucks could be made much less vulnerable to fiery collisions. This is according to 1983 company documents that have just come to light. The company did not change the truck's design until the 1988 model year.
The whole controversy that happened.
These pickups are rolling fire bombs. They're the worst fire hazard we have seen in our history as an auto safety group.
Tom and Elaine Mosley blamed the truck design for the death of their son Shannon, who was caught in a fiery wreck when his truck was hit on the side of a drunk driver. The teenager was driving the red 1985 pickup truck that his parents had given him for his 16th birthday.
We put him in this truck and we killed him.
We're not going to let somebody else's 16-year-old, 17-year-old, our whole family be killed in one of these trucks if we can help it.
And that's News at 4 for this Wednesday afternoon. More news for you at 9 p.m. on News Roundup.